It was September 21st, and the air was cool and mild, with an extra scent of a burnt crisp ahead. It was turning fall soon enough. The sounds of walking clattered through the concrete sidewalk, mixed in with the leaves crunching. Teenage students filled the sidewalks walking to St. Peter's High School, a school they all go to in San Francisco. A girl walks along with the crowd, her strawberry blonde hair blowing to the cool breeze, her icy blue eyes sparkling, matching with her light blue hoodie paired with white shorts and knee-high white boots. This day for her is unlike any other day in her life. Her family recently moved to San Francisco after her dads both got hired for higher paying jobs that required them to move here. She recently only got settled in her new home within a week, moving in, getting everything settled. As she looked around her surroundings, she saw students who dressed the same but with different faces, different tops, different pants, different hairstyles, you name it. What a new and different school, she exaggerated herself as she stepped foot into the building. The building was already a mess to begin with papers all over the floor, students making out here and there as if it was 7 minutes in heaven, giving each other piggyback rides, etc. As she held her schedule for her class, already students are running past her, almost knocking her down like a bowling pin. This is really different from my old school, she sighed as she opened her necklace, a locket given to her by her dads. Two sides of the charm with a picture of her family and her old friends. And it will be the same again. She closed her locket sadly before looking at the schedule again. Class 210 Science. She examined the paper before navigating her way to the staircase. As she headed up to the stairs, she noticed a student walking past her downstairs. He had short, parted brown hair with a dark beige-brown bean hat with a star and crescent patched on, fitted with a gray shirt over a thin turtleneck sweater paired with a green hoodie to top it with outer space gray pants with beige brown leg warmers and black shoes with a large cross bag holding a sketchbook. As they both looked at each other, they each had a look of shock. It's as if they have known each other before, but not knowing anything of it. Have I met them before? She asked herself as she kept her glance on him, unaware of her track upstairs. Before she knew it, she missed a step and tried to catch herself, but she ended up falling backwards instead. As she fell, all she could think about was her final moments before she died, that she lived a good life. In the moment of her thoughts, a student catches her and holds her to his chest, his hair a dark brown medium length and tied back, eyes a hazel brown, brown jacket over his dark green shirt with a cross printed on, and gray pants with brown high tops. Hey, are you alright? I never met you before, he said as he sat her down on the staircase. My name is Viridius. You? I'm Lockett, she said as she smiled. I moved here a week ago and my dad's got hired to higher paying jobs. Viridius sat down with her after she settled down and placed his arm around her shoulder. Frightening, wasn't it? You're not the only one who has fallen here, he asked as he explained the staircase's history. Who was that student that walked past? Luckett asked as she saw him walk up past them, hiding his face and noticing Faridas, having dead fish eyes at him. That's Elliot, but we don't talk about him. Before Faridas could speak, the bell rang loud. Crap. I guess I'll see you soon. Okay, and thank you for saving me, Luckett replied as she and Faridas waved goodbye. Lucky continued up the stairs as the crowd cleared up, leaving her alone to at last to focus on the exact class she was going 210, 210, 210. She repeated to herself as she roamed the halls and looked at each number pallet beside each door. Her first day of freshman year was like this. New building, new classes, new everything. That's how freshman year went for her. 210, there it is, Lockett pointed out as she walked toward the door and knocked on it. The same student opened the door and took a glance at her. Hey, he hissed at her as he let her in before he got back to his seat. Thank you, Lockett replied as she walked in before the teacher gave her instructions. So, class, as I was saying, the science teacher said, we have a new student joining us. Her name is Lockett, and she came from Boston, Massachusetts. The students only glared her down without any noise, and Lockett waved. She expected it anyway, sadly, however. You'll be sitting right over at where I'm pointing, at that seat over there. The teacher pointed as he guided her to her seat. The classroom became filled with negative comments as she sat down in her new seat. Students going, she's sitting next to the freak who thinks he's a therapist? Oh my god, she's going to be sitting next to the weird kid. She might be a freak like him. They were repeatedly saying the most rude words that were directed towards the same student Lockett met. She looked over at him, who was sitting on her left side, seeing how empty his face felt, hearing these words repeated over and over again like a broken music box. Lockett remembered the day when she came out to her friends. She told them about her identity and what she wanted to go by, but her friends were rather disrespectful. They told her that she was a freak for what she wanted to go by, so she stayed the same. Hey, I'm Lockett. I noticed people in here saying mean things about you. She hissed with a light smile. I'm Elliot, he muttered to her. I'm used to it. They did it since last year. When someone said I blew it up for him, his face narrowed downward, flustered. From his perspective, almost nobody talked to him for a year. It's almost as if he's gaining feelings for her in just one day. Crap, I blew it. There's no way she would want to be my friend now. He thought to himself explosively. He just wants to make a good impression on her first day. Hey, if we have the same lunch wave, do you want to eat together? Lockett asked as the class murmured around them. Did she just ask to eat lunch with them? One student exclaimed. They seemed to be eavesdropping. The class was filled with shock as they all stayed silent to hear what she would say to him. Oh my god, yes! No! Ah! Elliot panicked as he struggled to answer her question. His heart raced as butterflies grew in his stomach. He almost teared up, for no one had asked him to sit with them for a year. She noticed that he was trying to say as she gently held his hand, which was shaking like crazy, and softly rubbed his palm with her thumb. Hey, I understand how you feel. Judging by how excited you got, I think it's clear you would really like to eat lunch with me later on. She explained to him as his hand slowly stopped shaking. His heart began to flutter as she held his hand. A wave of feelings washed through him. Does he love her? Does he hate her? Does he want her to stay with him? As he became embarrassed at his feelings, students were then silent like mice watching the scene unfold. They were more shocked than they were before, now filled with questions if they are going to be official at the end of the school year or not. Lockett's heart became tender. She knew she had a feeling for Elliot deep inside her heart, but she didn't know what it was yet. The rest of the class was silent, students shocked at how Lockett easily tamed Elliot like a lion being tamed by a human. Before anyone knew it, the bell rang for the second period. and everybody started to pack up their stuff. Locket, Elliot whispered. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Elliot. Locket whispered back as they both hugged before heading to their next classes. Seemingly today will be better for both of them.